because you do not have to actually spend hours and hours. I am going to tell you a cheat code through which you can use them. You have to paste it. Alright, you can paste it at a particular place. You can see how habitual you will become of speaking, and it's going to give you a lot of positive speaking spread. English practice space is important. You will always find this kind of excuse when to practice, where to practice, what to do, task, and you will find less excuses and more motivation to complete whatever you have to for that particular day. Alright, because once you are in the particular area, in the corner, in that zone, what will happen, guys, is your mind automatically knows that okay, this is the time I am going to do the English speaking practice. That is how you are going to create English practice environment, a powerful practice environment for yourself using these 4 techniques that I have told you today. These 4 techniques. Hi everyone, my name is Shalima and welcome back to my another session of learning English and improving your English fluency with me. So today is going to be an awesome session. Why? Because I am going to tell you something very important for you to practice English and improve your English, right? That is to create the perfect practice environment, because this practice environment decides how much of this practice is going to be effective, or the intensity of the practice that you are doing the results that it will yield. That's very important. So your perfect practice environment is here. So guys, here I am going to tell you how you have to create it, and you can create it at your home. So are you guys ready for this? If you are ready, please let me know in the comment section. Alright, so before beginning, please subscribe to the channel so that you can get all the lessons that I post for you on this channel. And please like the video and share it with your friends, with your loved ones, and with the person to need this stuff. Alright, so now coming back to today's lesson, that is to create the perfect practice environment, to create perfect English practice environment. Now this practice is mostly speaking practice, alright, but we will also target reading, listening, the complete English practice, so that we can get that environment where we are comfortably practicing and improving our English. So your perfect English environment, alright. So I am going to tell you 4 ways, guys, 4 ways, I can say the techniques through which you can create a perfect practice environment and practice without much efforts. So let's begin with all the 4 techniques. So the technique number 1 is to use something that I love a lot, that is use these sticky notes, okay, to create that environment using sticky notes. Alright, now how you can create a practice environment using sticky notes? Well, I'm not asking that you to label anything. This is not about labeling things. It's actually about taking a sticky notes. For example, guys, you took a particular sticky note, okay, you took it, now you wrote something. Okay, you can write a topic, you can write a word over here, alright, anything, and you have to paste it. Alright, you can paste it at a particular place. For example, you have taken a particular wall and you have pasted all the sticky notes, say 5 to 10 over there. Alright, and what you can do is you can also spread them out, and you have pasted almost 10 sticky notes around your home, maybe in your drawing room or in the dining room, or 2 or 3 in your bedrooms. Alright, in your study room also, randomly throughout your in the stairs, on the terrace, wherever you want to, you have just spread them out. Alright, and whenever you have passed a sticky note, wherever you see something on it, for example, if I write clouds, so here, so you have to speak something related to it for a minute. Alright, so as soon as you see the topic or the word or any kind of prompt, I would say these sticky notes are the prompts for you, right, to do your speaking practice. Now this is an awesome technique, guys, awesome technique. Why? Because you do not have to actually spend hours and hours, and you do not have to prepare, you do not have to do anything much, right? You are just passing by I caught one sticky note, and there you just saw that there is a written this particular topic, and this is your favorite movie or maybe your last weekend, anything, okay, and you start speaking it on, right? So your speaking practice, so that is a part of your speaking environment, your practice environment. Now you can see how habitual you will become of speaking English, all right, and of doing your speaking practice through this particular technique, all right, of sticky notes. So we can use these sticky notes in various ways, all right, and I always come up with a lot of ways. You must have seen different videos of mine where I am telling you how to use them for your vocabulary, how to use them of, for thinking in English, and I tell you a lot of methods, and today I am going to tell you a cheat code through which you can use them and through which you can improve your English speaking practice and do your speaking practice, all right? So yeah, paste 3 sticky notes, and what you have to do is you have to replace them after a week, all right? For example, for a week you are speaking on these topics, if you are passing it by, okay, for example, like I have told you to last weekend, this is the particular topic you have written on a sticky note and you have pasted somewhere, and if you passed by it for one time, you have done your speaking practice with that, all right? So that particular day, it's okay not to take up that topic, but if you are randomly walking by that particular sticky note, or you come face to face with that sticky note, or that sticky note just caught your eye, all right, and you have to practice the very next day, that means for the 7 days. It's not like that you have to just practice all of the sticky notes for one time, no, every day, each day, however many sticky notes you can just take up and practice it, all right, do that, and that is going to boost your speaking skills a lot, and it's going to give you a lot of positive speaking spirit, and you are going to speak so well, all right. At the end, for example, a month or maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you will see that you are now developing a habit of practicing English, something that you were reluctant to do something, right, for which you were saying that I'm not getting time or I'm not able to sort of time, do my schedule and all that, the things that you have to take out the time, and for this it's just like you have to do it for 2 to 3 minutes, guys, and 1 minute, and you have to speak on that topic. You are just walking and you just stand there, speak, and then just do your work, whatever you were doing, continue with the task that you were doing, your day-to-day task, all right, your daily task, not the English one, all right. So you were doing something, it caught your eye, right, just do your practice and continue doing your work. This is an awesome way to create English practice environment at home. Now let's talk about the technique number 2. So the technique number 2 is to create a practice corner. Create a practice corner or a particular practice space. Basically, creating an English practice corner or creating a particular practice space, English practice space is important. Why? Because as soon as you are in the space, now it's compulsory for you to do your practice or to speak in English, to do the task, right, in English. Now this is a compulsion. If you do not create such a particular corner, or you will always find this kind of excuse when to practice, where to practice, what to do. But that particular corner, if you create, if you have just dedicated it to your speaking practice, and particular corner will always, guys, motivate you to do your speaking practice, to do your other English practices, maybe related to the vocabulary, maybe the reading, listening, writing, whatever tasks you are taking up for the day, it will motivate you to do it completely, all right. So take up the task and you will find less excuses and more motivation to complete whatever you have to for that particular day, all right. So you will be able to achieve your English goal that you have to set, and you must have set some goals for the week, for the days, and the particular area where you will help, you will improve, all right. So it will encourages you to do it, because once you are in the particular area, in the corner, in that zone, what will happen guys is your mind automatically knows that okay, this is the time I'm going to do the English speaking practice, and you will feel less of the distractions. All right, believe me guys, you will find that distractions won't matter, because your focus would be on your English speaking practice. So this is a great way to create a practice focus to boost your motivation to achieve your English learning goals. It's very easy to create that particular corner. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be extravagant about it and you have to go out for your way to create a corner, like do this, decorate, and this is that and that. Alright, you can simply assign a place, okay, and it can be your study table and chair, and you can assign that place as your English practice area, English practice corner. It can be any corner of your home. It can be maybe a corner of your drawing room that is a very beautiful, and often you might want to sit there and read and do things. So that is what you can create, something where you are really happy to do something, where you feel positivity, and you can create that particular space. You can convert that particular space into your English practice space. So do that for yourself, do that, and you will see that it's going to do wonders for you guys, and you will also find time to practice, and you will be practicing more often, and it's going to yield greater results, hence more fluency. So do this technique. Okay, now guys, let's talk about the technique number 3. So the technique number 3 is to keep practice materials with yourself. Keeping practice material, so some kind of English practice material. So what you can do is you can surround yourself with that English practice material. All right, whenever you are there in that corner, in that practice corner, you are practicing. You can do something like you can keep more and more practice material there, so that that environment also becomes stronger. All right, and it vibes, it can give you more of the positive things. All right, positive English vibe. For example guys, listening material, reading material, and you can keep journals so that you can do writing practice over there. All right, that's very motivating guys, if you surrounded yourself with English practice material. Now, why I say English practice material? That means you must have some. You might think that you have given so much time, dedicated so much time to your English practice, but nothing has actually happened, because a lot of your time has gone into selecting things, doing these things. That is why guys, it's very important to keep all these learning materials, practice materials handy. Keep them handy, so that whenever you want, you can select something quickly and you can start practicing, and this will boost your practice time. How often you are practicing, it's going to improve. You are going to practice more often. All right, because now you do not have to worry about what to study, right, and what to practice and what to do. So you have a particular material from which you are going to select something now. All right, you have to keep some song handy, some speeches, or you have to keep some listening material handy, like podcasts. You can select any videos, some YouTube channels, or maybe shows you can buy for more books. It can be magazines, it can be comics. So you have to surround to yourself with English practice material, English learning materials, more books, more videos, more speeches, more podcast. All right, so more listening materials, and you can also keep some journals, like I have told you that you keep a journal so that you can pick it up, some start writing whenever you want to do your writing practice, or you have that journal in front of you, that this will do also remind you to do your writing practice from like time to time. All right, so which is very important, it's very important. So a variety of material now. Okay, how to do that, how to keep that particular thing selected beforehand. So books you can go and buy, and you can purchase, you can keep some, ebooks. Another thing that is why you can just do is you can select every week. Okay, at the end of every week you have to select for a comic coming week. So you can do it on Saturday or Sunday, selecting the material for the next week. Now, from where to get them? You have so many recommendations, guys, by me. English speeches, TV show, cartoons, materials. So listen all that thing. I'm recommending you ample of stuff here on YouTube. So you can go and check out the lessons, the playlist, which please go and check out there. And there you will get so much materials through which you can learn English learning resources. Okay, so they act as kind of learning resources, natural resources. They are authentic. That means you are learning English from almost natural way, natural resources. Okay, a material that is naturally made, you do that practice and you improve your English technique. Now I'll just talk about the technique number 4. So the technique number 4 is to dedicate some English only time. Dedicate some English only time. That means keep an English only time. It can be half an hour, it can be an hour. So it depends on the kind of schedule that you have, you much time you have, you can just give to English. Depending that particular time, give at least 20 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Alright, so you will do the practice in that particular time, and you have to do it in English. That must be minimum half an hour, and you can go up to 1 to 2 hours. If you want 2 hours is the maximum amount of time, that I would say do not again drain yourself. Alright, so what you have to do is within this practice time, frame that English. Okay, only time. Frame, you are going to speak in English with anybody, with your parents, with your siblings, with anybody, your friends, your classmates, your roommates, whenever you are living, whatever you are doing, you are going to outside, you have to speak in English. Alright, so it's an emergency, like you are supposed to speak in your native language. That is an exceptional cases, but except for all these exceptional cases, you have to speak in English, totally in English. Alright, so you have to listen to English material. That means songs, English speeches. If you want to listen, going to listen an English song. Alright, if you are going to read a book, that means that book should be like in English. So do it everything in English, and this is going to help you to boost your practice environment, English practice environment. In turn, this is also creating an English speaking environment for you guys, because you constantly speaking in English for this amount of time, and it's like win situation. Alright, so it's creating a complete English environment, just not practice and speaking environment, but a complete speaking practice environment, both external and internal, right? So external is the thing that we do outside, for example, watching, listening, reading, writing. Alright, let's talk about the internal environment. Internal environment automatically gets affected. It's automatically influenced by whatever we are doing. So if you are creating an external environment of English, definitely your internal environment, that is your thinking process, is going to be in English, and that means it's a win situation. Obviously it's a win situation, because you are creating an overall English environment for yourself that is beneficial in the long run, and it's going to help you to develop your fluency, not only just English speaking skills, but it will boost your English fluency, boost your overall English. It's very important. So dedicate some English only time. So that is how you are going to create English practice environment, a powerful practice environment for yourself, using these 4 techniques that I have told you today. Alright, so these 4 techniques will definitely help you not only improving your English speaking skills, but also become fluent in English. So improve your English, create a perfect English environment for yourself, the perfect practice environment improve your English and speak English fluently. That is for today's video, guys. So I think you like the video. If you like the video, please give thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe my channel. So thanks for watching. Bye bye, take care.